Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. I decided I think I can explain a type of craft or technique that a narcissist will use, no matter how they practice it. It could come natural, it could be passed on through families or whatever. It's what I call undermining, like you're a miner in a coal mine or diamond. You're undermining another person's energy and placing that on them and putting theirs on instead. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that and how that is different ways that um, exhibits itself, exposes itself in family settings, out here on YouTube, whatever the case may be. And the real people that will keep other people's energy safe like that, because we're warriors and we recognize it, you know. And how to overcome that when it's happening to you is to keep your connection with God, you know, and not deny all the gifts that are given to us, you know. When we do that, when we ignore that we're taking energy like from even the sun or food or whatever, when we don't have a mindset of like walking with a repentant heart every second, not being stopped because you have to, but because you want to better yourself in that direction, if you see what I'm saying. And unless people have been injured or poisoned or beat on or, conditioned not to use their whole brain and look at things logically, then the dark force can get a hold of you and you're not strong enough to combat that, if you can see what I'm saying. And a whole room of people could be susceptible to that. Or there could be a couple that pick up on all energies, even the transfers, and understand that and can expose the people in the ether for everybody else to see, especially if somebody has been hurt and injured because of that. And a price needs to be paid. There's a fee for hurting people and being a liar in life. So, when you take energy that doesn't belong to you, and it doesn't when you're not grateful for it, but when you undermine another person, you're really, you're messing yourself over in a big way. It's out in the ether forever. So if you like making a fool out of yourself, by all means, carry on, you know. Some nice cold coffee. It's not super cold, just room temperature, but it's 78, so it's just a beautiful day here in Pine City, Minnesota, rural Pine City, land of 10,000 lakes, plus, 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 streams and creeks, and there's so much water here. They had to build the roads basically around the lakes and the rivers or over them, sometimes even through them, especially just about, oh, maybe 40 miles from here. There's a twin set of lakes. I think they're called like Green and Blue Lake or something, and they flood over the road quite often. It's kind of just a thing. Or there's one not too far from here, about, well, yeah, quite a few, even our road. What the hell am I talking about? I've got videos of our road turning into a lake because of the crick. I love it when that happens, you know. It could wash out entirely and I'd be fine. I do have a canoe. We could always park a vehicle, something that will get through, like we drive through water sometimes just for fun, but because we know the roads, you know. But yeah, if you don't, you know, it's not recommended in a raging river or a flood state, you know. But like when our creek is only a couple feet or 18 inches deep or something, we can drive through it. One time you couldn't though, because the road actually washed away. More than once, I guess. Yeah. Oh, but I know I'm in a goofy mood today. Pretty happy actually because the realness of the energy of the people that are um they're walking in, they have a repentant heart for everybody as they walk, you know. Um doesn't make them better. It doesn't make them non-combative or anything. Nah, not even fucking close, you know. But if you have a reason to combat, if something's yours and you're protecting it, whoa, there's not even a dragon that could stand up to a mother with those feelings, you know, especially if she is the dragon, you know, or has the equivalency of it, or the dragon is her pet. Yeah, that's actually the truth of the energy on this planet. That's how much God loves his other half, for real. And a long time ago, offsprings tried to interfere on that energy because they thought they had that energy from the creator that's ever creating, non-stopping, and thought they could somehow what catch up to that or what, I don't know. I always liken it to a child when it's a baby arguing with its mother because it thinks it knows everything in the world at that point because it just learned how to open its mouth and suck on her. You know, what a little sucker, for real. Come here, I'll take care of you. Oh, yeah. I was just screwing its head on a little tighter because it seemed to be a little bit loose, you know. Oh, yeah. But I know some dark energy was laid upon a young lady and um, left a couple to decipher that energy and needed that motherly instinct for everybody concerned to expose the darkness that was placed in that relationship that they overcame together, but there was still that dirty feeling that needed to be washed out of it. You know, that's when this young lady I'm talking about and gentleman had their energy undermined. One was portrayed as not a good woman, and the other like unfriendly or something, and the man was portrayed as his energy was obligated to the dark because it was female portrayal of female energy backed by male energy because those were like in questioning people you can see where their heart lies, and sometimes they just say it flat out because they don't care. Others just try to skate through enough to appease the people that could look down on them, you know. But if they're carrying that dark male energy along with the portrayal of the female, they're really not feminine. They're the image of it. but what's inside isn't feminine. It's a masculine representation from the inside out, because women don't act like that to other women. Not even if they're dirty, we just walk away. It's like, okay, whatever, do your own thing, bye. You know, enough of that. And that comes down to like my own kids or people I meet or whatever. It takes an extraordinary person with a super powerful mind and heart and body. You got to be like really whole to hang with me, or I'll eat you alive. Talk about exposure, I'll make you cry. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Well, fucking on there, I'm a dragon, some woman said. Back down, cutie pie. You don't know what that is. People playing their fucking reptilian, alien, dragon fucking games. Kiss. That's some bullshit right there. Hey, if somebody thinks they're badass, I've told you before, I'll give you a cup of coffee and then we'll go out in my yard and we'll spar. If you're up for it, I'm in, no matter who it is. You know, not to the death, but like collecting points. We'll see what's up. Got it? I do. I got it. You know, just a little reminder there for anybody. My address is on the internet. My phone number's on there. It's been the same for 35 years. Give me a jingle and we'll set up a. Or if you just want to come and barbecue, that's fine. I got a really cool fire pit and some barbecuers, electric or gas or whatever. Maybe you need to eat a big lunch before sparring or not. That reminds me, I know it says in the scriptures like you shouldn't tell people your burdens, but it's not a burden. Like, or look burdensome when you're fasting. I'm into my second day. I feel wonderful. It's just that I didn't need anything yesterday because the day before was our anniversary and I had cake and ice cream, a couple cookies, fried chicken, potato salad. I mean, not large amounts, but and a little cottage cheese, you know. And it's just like, whoa. And there is still candy in there and Bismarck's, all kinds of treats. And last night I'm just like, I fast all day anyway, but so that's what makes it into the second day. But it's like, no, I just don't need it. That's a motto of mine. Besides, I'd rather die than lie or lose my soul than be in little liar. But yeah, if I don't need it, I don't need it. But I do have a pretty large appetite because you gotta like keep things rolling, you know. So no matter what age you are, if you can't touch your toes, which I can go way beyond that, but if you can't touch your toes, you're having problems, you know. Really, what you gonna do when they come for you, bad boys, bad boys? What you gonna do? Um, you know, or girls, whatever. If the bra fits, wear it. Oh, right, that's what I told Baphomet. I did. Oh, you look beautiful in that. Stupid. Oh, gosh. Yeah, people are so easy to trick. They really are. That's what my video is. The premise of this is um, getting down to the core of that dark energy and how it's wielded And usually it's not just one person in a group setting. You'll have like minds that are holding that energy in stasis so it can be applied towards other people. It can be done in a group, in person, or separately, or even in the ether, good or bad, no matter what that is. But the good, we've got like it's like a laundry list or a to-do list, and a mark goes on there, and that's how that works, you know. And it's not good marks like your grades. If you get a check mark on that, oops, it's a oops allow or a umlau. Not a errant like a error, just oh. Oh shit. There are some mysteries in this world that even Satan doesn't know. Did you know that? He doesn't know everything. He's not God. He's not a woman. He knows far less than what he pretends to tell his followers. So that's the truth. I just told you there. You know? Yeah. I feel like I should be out cleaning my yard, but I'm not. I got indoor things to do today yet. I've done very little yesterday or today, and it feels darn good, you know? Anyway, what kind of weather is it like in your part of the world? Is it normal, or we've had a colder summer, like I've been saying on here, than usual. Little rainier than usual, but that's to be expected in it's a El Nino year. We're going into what they call La Nina, and then it will be a little cooler all the way across the nation. Like coming this winter will be a little cooler than and snowier coming into this thing. Then it will get like cold and dry, and then it will go back to just like steaming wet in about another completely in 11 more years, and that would be really getting close to the Phoenix event. Um, it's going to be pretty horrible for any of the survivors um, in certain parts of the world. And with the energy that the people are on, um, if you're not teaching your offsprings the right way with the grace of God, that real dragon will devour you. Just, it's in our blood. It's like a switch, you know? It can happen right now anyway, but you've got time to do things the right way, to listen to that actual quiet voice, not the one that's been so loud all these years, but the female energy that is nurturing, not the one that wants to stifle you. You know, I want everybody's dreams to come true. You just have to do it the right way, you know, and you can't step on people and undermine and use any kind of craft or anything to further yourself on this planet that isn't going to cost you dearly. And that's where I'm at with people. Just be careful. It's not a joke. Shit happens when you put that in the ether. You just bargained with the devil, and it comes out of your body. There's some that know that. Look at like here I'll do an example. Have you ever read like fantasy novels where there's a dark wizard and their power comes out of them like the snake eating its own tail. Pretty soon you don't have that material anymore because you expended that out of greed. And nobody can help with that at that point. That's where you put yourself. And if you think more of yourself, that you could handle more for other people without being fake, well, there you go. Then you get special gifts. You know, it's true. You get great protection that nothing on this planet, and intelligence, there's something you get inside yourself that isn't a power, it's a gift, you know. It's identical to having a father and a baby, and that strong protection never lets go of your hand out of love. That's what that is. Or mom, like if your kid's about ready to get hit by a car, typical mom would put a death grip on that kid, or sacrifice herself for her child to help raise that child out of the ditch it was put in because of lacking in energy, you know, which you'll never have the complete package unless you do it with your whole heart. It can't be self-serving at all. We're all capable of helping somebody in our lives, lifting them up. But just how are you going to do that, you know? I saw somebody with, it was like a cowboy hat, sun hat, kind of. I'll show you mine. I got a couple. Well, I got 3 of them. I got my cowboy hat, but I got sun hats now. I got that one and this one, more for out in the yard. So just a minute, I'll be with you. So yeah, pretty happy about that. I do have to get some new sunglasses. My ones I love, I have some other ones, but yeah, they don't, they gotta feel just right. I think I want like a chunky pair of white ones because that won't reflect the darkness, Less heat attracted to your temples is a good thing. You don't really want darkness on your skin like that, or makeup that has poison in it to be used against you, either dyes or heavy metals set in place thousands of years ago by people that knew that craft better than anybody on this planet, you know. I talk about that makeup and perfume and different things a lot, and detoxing from it and that type of thing. Because it's real. Even the metal in our foods and vitamins like zinc and copper, you can get an overload of copper and iron. Even if you were a woman and then you're going into like even past like postmenopausal and you're older. I went into menopause at 34, which was quite a shock. But yeah, I just didn't want my period anymore, and I felt like I made that happen in more than one way, But anyway, um, yeah, your body changes, and to recognize what's going on and what you need to eat and that type of thing. Because a lot of people, I think, with if they're not in tune with not the male and female parts of themselves, but the mother and the father creator. The father creator and his other half is how we keep balanced, you know, as people. So, like I say, we don't praise the mother. God does that, you know. We only all glory to God, you know. But with on this plane of existence in the flesh, it's a dual system, and it's not within ourselves. It's ethereal, it's spiritual. And to get in touch with your feminine side, if you're a man, is like calling mom on the phone. The same with when I'm talking to my father on the phone, like constantly, you know, constant communication with both of them is how people will roll in a healthy environment. And they're not contradictory to each other. They work better in unison because everything was set into play and known ahead of time. So it's no surprise. Not to anybody. That's why we have deja vu and um, uh, foreseances and this type of thing. That's a gift to give us decisions to make in our life within ourselves and what we want for our future and the future of our families. That's God taking care of us ahead of time. Mr. and Mrs. That would be. Yeah, there was a ceremony, but she came out of his head and had always been with him and was the voice. And that's the word, that's the language on this planet. Her material, his energy. And without both of them, nobody has anything except them, ultimately. That's how that works, you know. Oh no, not the mama. You kill the mom. What do you do? And that's what this patriarchal system of what they call monotheist, um, one God isn't quite how it is. Like I explained, the female was giving that as a gift. That's hers. That's her. Nobody else. Her. And she procreated, and both of them guide that life and that those creation, their creation, out of love and nurturing. And it's a two-part thing. Simple as that. And there's a lot of dishonoring going on towards, oh, some people like they worship the mother goddess and the great mother, or some just worship God and his son and all this hokey stuff that has been proved that languages were invented to deceive people. Like I've been telling you, in the King James, the Webster Dictionary, Masonic Blue Book, and Strong's Concordance, in those ones with that code in there. And it has to be older volumes of everything. I've got videos explaining all this and the language and the bloodlines and the um, twisting of the scriptures with truth and lies within the whole thing, you know, and how the Greek has the bigger picture of all of it. It's not entire. It's not. But there's a lot of texts that haven't been dug into yet. But there's a lot of people that have read classic literature that was written before the Bible that speak about creation and the same type of stories that were usurped, stolen, borrowed, and put into the Hebrew scriptures for to suit themselves, because no one person peoples on this planet is a chosen one, you know. If people think there is, you are fucking whacked and not a part of the human family. You're not human. with your actions like that. Especially women that hurt other women and undermine them. You're a fucking monster for whatever you think your gains will be. So anyway. And men do that too. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I ran across it this morning or no, it was this afternoon. Anyway. And I suspect that another female actually got physically ill. It was brought forth with intentional arts, dark arts. That's my suspicion on that, the craft of it. We can examine that more, and I can explain a little more about how that works because it is real. It's trading energy and having a gang that will make it appear like you're somebody you're not, or somebody you know that you're close to, like they're somebody they're not. Don't get me wrong, if you know what a narcissist is, you know what happened. A narcissist is another word for self-centered, whether they're a part of a organization or affiliated in any way with the dark arts, you know. So, well, I'm going to get this uploaded. I just wanted to explain a little bit about that. I've tried to explain before about like the pro-trance of energy and like it's like trading places and they have help doing it from the dark force. And just remember that female energy isn't forceful unless you want to confront it right up physical, then that's a different type of thing. But typically, like for me personally, unless I'm attacked, tricked, or fucked with in any way, I won't let my electric out. But there's a fire inside me that can fry your brain, and you do not want to push that. And there's two other entities that can wield that, but not quite like that. So, anyway. Yeah, and that's the truth. So, I love you all. I appreciate you joining me, and I'm protecting people, and that's why I'm talking out about this. Um, Understand that mining of the minds that these people do and what they think that nobody sees, but the real ones do. So, and God bless all you. I love you. Have good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.